Well, hey there, little kitty cat. Okay, everybody. Now we've talked we've talked about, and it's got all to do with angular momentum. We've talked about the lower body, how our body moves to get in place. Well, what we've done, we've set a foundation for what's happening up in here. This is where it all happens. Okay, this is the engine up here. And if you hadn't got the right ingredients in your engine, if you got the wrong oil or whatever, it's not going to run right. So I've heard a lot of people thinking to themselves, they're going, well, we can't think about all that stuff. You're exactly right. You can't. You can't think about all this shit. But what you got to realize is, you've got to realize that the ingredients that it takes to do what you want to do, you've got to think about it and understand it. Because if you don't, you'll just go out and work on anything, and your cake ain't gonna taste worth of shit. Okay, that's all there is to it, because you're not putting the right ingredients in your cake. Okay, so what we're teaching you guys is the ingredients that you need to put into the cake. And yes, you are going to have to think about it out on the driving range when you're practicing. You got to work on it. That's all there is to it. You got to work at anything that you want to do and do good. Okay, now let's talk about, let's just go with the right arm. Don't even worry about the left side or anything else. If you do this right, this don't even matter, because it's going to be right anyway, because this is doing the right thing. You ain't got to think about the right arm or the left arm and all this other malarkey. Okay, now the arm, you remember me talking about neutral? You got to be neutral. Well, neutral is, your arm is built, you got a radial bone and an ulnar bone right here. They're straight up and down right now. That's neutral. Okay, now we're not going to grab a club like that. Oh, no. We're not going to do that at all. But that's neutral. You got to understand that. Okay, the way that we're going to, and the reason why you do that, you remember about the ice skaters spinning around and they got to pull their arms into them. The best way to keep your arms into you is to make sure that this is operating correctly. If it is operating like this, with the ulnar bone on top, the radial bone on top and the ulnar on bottom, and you take it back like that, your elbow wants to come out. But as soon as you take this and neutralize it, it keeps the elbow in. Okay, and being close to you gives you more speed. That's what you're looking for. Okay, so understand, and this is how you lift something. Okay, that's very strong. When you turn the ulnar, the radial bone on top, and try to lift stuff, that puts a strain on your elbow. That's where you get tendonitis and all that other good shit that you get. Okay, so don't do that crap. Just understand that. That's some of the ingredients that's got to go in to what we're talking about. All right, now what I want you to do, here's what most people do. They'll take, and I'm using a tennis racket. Okay, I've got the radial bone on top. You got to have it on top, and the ulnar on bottom. Okay, but you got to transform that into neutral. Well, how do you do that? Well, all you got to do is, when you're addressing the ball and bringing the club back, about your right foot is when you need to take that radial bone and that ulnar bone and get them back to neutral. Boom. Okay, so I'm in neutral now. Now what? Well, hell, you already know how to turn and all that other stuff. Just bring it back in here like this. And then coming down, you stay in that position, because look what happens. Here's what most people do. They'll take it up and they'll have the palm facing at the camera. You don't want that. You want the palm. This is how you carry the tray. You heard of carrying the tray? Okay, where is that butt of that club pointing when I'm carrying the tray correctly? See what I'm saying? Now, if I do it the other way and try to carry the tray like this, now look where it's pointing. it's way off. It's got to be pointed like this. Okay, that's where you get the end over end that we talked about. All right, so bring it up here like this, and what I want you to do, this is all neutral now. Now just take it and take the radial bone and move it on top and see what this club does. It straightens right up, and look how much motion there is in it. That's a lot of speed when you start turning. Okay, that's part of angular momentum, guys. Okay, because you're going to be coming down like this, and about the same place that you took it out, you're going to put the radial bone right back up, right back on top. Right now it's to the back of me. Okay, so you're going to come down here. Look where this is pointed, right at the target line. You'll bring it down in here, and what will happen is right when you get to your right leg or right foot, it's going to snap. That's where the so-called throw comes in. Okay, you can actually throw it by letting those two bones snap back in from outer neutral. Okay, because you set up outer neutral. That's neutral. You can't set up that way, but you can take it back that way, and then when you come down, you'll see, you do it, you'll come down and boom, there's your golf swing right there, and you'll have so much speed it's not even funny. But you can't do it from this position, because what happens is the club head wants to come outside, and that's where all your mass is, and that's why you throw it over the top if you're in here like this, which most of you do, instead of like this. You see what I'm saying? Because when you come down, this is wanting to move out because it's so heavy. Okay, but if you got it contained like this and turning, it's contained. You got control of it now, and boom, you can knock the crap out of the ball like that. Okay, all right, hope that helped. There's not much more to any of this, guys. It's just you got to understand what the ingredients are that you got to have in the motion to make angular momentum work for you. Because when you finally get angular momentum, the golf guy, the swing is going to be simple. It's going to be relaxing. It is going to be effortless. It's going to be everything that you ever look for. Hope that helped. Talk to y'all later. Bye.